everyone, welcome to your favorite program, your darling program, The Voice of Eve. We shall be looking at today the subject of preparing young women for leadership. Most people, especially women themselves, desire with passion to see more women in leadership in our society and in the nation, and in fact, globally. But what would it take to make women great leaders, and more especially to prepare the younger women as the next generation female leaders? Who should be responsible for doing what should be done? And are we doing it? And especially, what does the patriarchal society say of the requirements from women as excellent leaders? Please join me today as we explore the issues. I am Dr. Violet Arene.
Summertime, summertime, summertime. The 8th edition of African Women in Leadership Organization, AULO Global Summer Conference, Washington, D.C. 2016 is here again. This year's conference, with the theme, We've Got the Power, will feature a special youth summit tagged Raising the Next Generation of Female Leaders. There will be African Fashion Runway Show, Awards Gala Night after a very exciting conference sessions, panel discussions with outstanding speakers across the world. You definitely don't want to miss this great gathering of African and African descent women of worth. The conference will take place on the 17th to 21st August 2016 at the prestigious Ritz-Carlton, Pentagon City, Virginia, USA. For registration details, please visit www.aulo.org or contact us on the following numbers. We are AULO. We are African Women of Worth.
Welcome back. This is the Voice of Eve. We are dealing with the subject of preparing young women for leadership as the next generation female leaders. We are so privileged to have with us in the house today a man who should know what it takes to make a young woman a potentially excellent leader. It's my pleasure here having a man I call a social engineer, a social commentator, a seasoned author, an entrepreneur, Victor Basola.
Thank you, ma.
You are very welcome.
Thank you, ma.
Victor, you are already known for your hard knocks when you have to do hard knocks, okay? You're already known for your candidness when it comes to issues that need clarification, such as this one. First of all, do you believe that women should become leaders?
God said it's not good to be alone.
God said it's not good to be alone.
Any organization that lacks the touch of women cannot last the first generation.
Oh, wait a minute. Any organization that does not have the touch of women
cannot last the first generation.
Cannot last even the first generation.
Yes.
Tell us why.
Leadership, it's about conceiving a vision and passing that vision to people that will carry it to the next generation.
Yes.
You don't need a title to be a leader.
I think that's coming close. You don't need a title to be a leader.
Leadership is responsibility.
Responsibility?
Leadership is the ability to make people do what you want them to do, making them think is their idea.
Wonderful.
And the best person that can carry everybody along is the woman.
Is a woman?
Yes.
I think we need to hear more about womanhood and leadership before we go to the younger ones.
Of course.
Tell us.
Of course, yes. Now, if a woman believes in an idea,
yes,
the husband will follow suit.
Uh-oh.
The children have no choice. If you can convince the woman to follow your idea, you've convinced the entire family.
Wonderful. This is very sweet.
That is why the ability to raise younger girls for leadership rests more on the family.
Oh.
The best a man can do for his children is to love their mother.
Just, I'm a mother. I love that. The best a man
can do for his children
is
to love their mother.
To love their mother.
As a
what
man,
does the love of this, loving the mother do?
Loving the mother will create an atmosphere that will engender creativity. Loving the mother will help the young girl set a standard for the kind of man she is looking up to or looking for. If you show your daughter genuine love, when she sees fake, she'll recognize it.
Oh. Do you mean that these girls that have been falling into wrong hands have not been tutored well? Many
of them have never heard I love you from their father. The first I love you was told to them by an irresponsible young man.
Oh, Victor, I like the way you put these things.
If you give your daughter genuine love, teach them to be independent, teach them to become the best God has created them to be. Any man coming to them must bring something more to the table. When they come to expect the best for themselves because of the way you've trained them, they cannot marry someone lesser than their father.
They cannot marry anyone lesser than their father.
So if you are an irresponsible father that doesn't have time for your daughter, you are preparing her to marry another of your kind.
Serious.
When I was thinking about this topic, a word dropped in my spirit. Pedal. P-E-D-A-L.
Yes.
P stands for protection.
Yeah.
E stands for education. D for direction. A for attention, and L for love. As the family, you and your wife are the one that will pedal your daughter into leadership.
You pedal your daughter at that age. So what you are telling me, Victor, is preparing the next generation female leaders must start in the family.
Must start from the family. Children may not be good listeners, but they are good imitators. You must give them something good to imitate.
Very good.
They may not listen to you.
We are hearing you.
They may not listen to you.
And the viewers are hearing you.
But they are imitating you.
Yeah.
Everything you do, they will duplicate, and duplicate excessively.
Wonderful.
They are watching you. Whatever you want them to become, just do it.
Are you saying now that if the family is out of sync, whatever anybody else is saying outside, like the school teachers or mentors in the society?
In fact, we have become, many parents have become so irresponsible that they leave the responsibility of taking care of their children to the hand of the crèche, to the hand of the school teacher, to the hand of the Bible school, Sunday school teacher, to the hand of a house help that needs help.
A house help that needs help. Oh,
if you know what some of these teachers are telling these children, some teachers are frustrated. Yes. Some of them are pedophiles.
Yes.
Some of them are sexual predators.
Yes.
So whatever they've told your child in school, when they come back home, ensure you know what they told them.
Wonderful.
So that you can correct what needs to be corrected, edit what needs to be edited, and delete what needs to be deleted. The job of parenthood is not just to clothe your child, feed the stomach, but you also have to train the mind.
No, don't go so fast. You also have to train the mind.
Train the mind, because as a man thinketh, so is he.
Oh, wow. So, this leadership thing must start
from the family.
From the family.
And as a man, you must not leave everything entirely for the mother.
Wonderful. This is great, Victor. So, it's scary. We start so early and we don't know it, to prepare or not to prepare our girls for leadership.
Yes,
but what if they get on to young adult womanhood, like when they get to tertiary institutions? Are they still redeemable? If those, are they still conditionable?
Of course they are. Though it is better to train a child than to repair an adult.
Thank you. Oh, I love how
it's more expensive.
It's better to train a child than to repair
an adult.
A damaged adult.
It's more expensive. I will say something quickly.
Yes.
We must teach our young girls to know that a man that can milk a cow for free will never pay for that cow.
I think you are too fast. Say it again.
A man that can milk a cow for free will never pay for that cow, so they should close their legs.
They should close their legs.
A man that can browse for free will never pay for subscription.
This is so serious.
We must teach our girls to have high self-esteem.
High self-esteem.
After they come back from school, they should go for leadership training. We should send them for IT training. We should send them for soft skill training. We should send them for poise, for elocution. We should develop them for their tomorrow. So that
yes,
when they stand in the society, no man can tell them to shut up and sit down.
No man can tell them to shut up and sit down.
We must let them know
yes,
that they should get everything they need to get on the platform of creativity, on the platform of excellence, not just because she's a woman.
Not just because she's a woman. She must be taught to merit it.
Of course.
To have a sense of meritocracy.
Of course, yes.
And excellence.
Of course,
you know,
yes.
we always say in my organization, African Women in Leadership Organization, there's no discrimination against excellence. It's incontrovertible. You see it. You know it when you see it. Yes, nobody can argue against the truth.
So, Mama.
Yes.
I made a discovery.
Yes.
That any young lady that has high self-esteem.
Yes.
And is trained to be creative and financially independent will marry a good man.
Will marry a good man. I know, and we need to see many viewers are watching us. Let's get it very clear. Any girl that is
trained to have a high self-esteem.
Trained to have high self-esteem. Next one.
And is trained to be creative and financially independent.
Trained to be creative and financially independent.
Will marry a good man.
Will marry a good man.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you come to that conclusion?
One, if she is creative and she's independent financially,
yes,
any man that is not coming on the platform of money, is
yes,
coming on the platform of meaning.
Meaning.
Coming to add value to her life that is more than money.
But why do men want to mess up girls in the university?
It's lack of understanding.
Like they just passed a bill now,
okay,
to jail male lecturers that molest, or have sexual relationship with girls in the university. Why should a lecturer who knows that he is actually a person who should add value to this child make her, bastardize her?
It's a two-party thing.
Okay.
There are some girls on campus.
Yes.
Some lecturers know these are no-go areas.
Really?
They will read and pass. They will pass to the extent that you can't fail them even if you try to.
Because?
Because they've been trained to earn their marks with their creativity and not with their body.
I could clap for you for that. That it boils down to the excellence we are talking about.
If a young lady...
Commitment to excellence.
Whoosh, if a young lady decides to make it, even the devil cannot stop her.
Thank you. Say it loud.
If a young lady decides to make it, even
yes,
the devil cannot stop her. No lecturer can stop a lady that decides to burn the midnight oil. You can't vanish her script. Everybody will stand up for her because we know that she reads.
We know her excellence.
Everybody knows that she reads. Everybody knows that she will pass. So she better passes.
She said first class material.
Ooh,
so you cannot mess with her.
You can't stop her. But when a young lady advertises her flesh, comes late to class, believes that she can twist her waist and have her way, the lecturer would have his way with her.
Oh my
That
God.
bill should be both ways because it takes two to commit adultery.
Well,
they should jail both the lecturer and jail both the partner.
Well, I don't know.
They should edit the bill.
They should edit it.
And jail both the lecturer and the consenting partner that opened up her legs.
Oh my God. This is serious. So what you are saying is, in spite of the pedal strategy,
yes, ma'am,
the girl must be self-responsible.
Of course.
To preparing herself for leadership.
She must decide to. That is why entrepreneurship is very key.
And that's why we have the Young Women's Innovators Club. entrepreneurship
is key.
is key.
If a woman can pay her bills,
Sure.
if a woman can pay her bills, there are so many things she will say no to.
Oh my God. If a woman can pay her bills, buy her necessities,
There are so many things she will say no to.
there are so many things she will say no to.
Yes, ma'am.
I cannot take it any further. We'll reserve this material for another day.
Thank you.
Victor, you are awesome.
Thank you.
May God increase you and preserve you for our society to say the way it is. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You are wonderful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, viewers, you have had it. It's awesome. We've had the term pedal and self-responsibility. We are going to hear more from the girls themselves. Do they believe in self-responsibility? Do they believe in pedal? Please stay tuned.
As a mother, I believe one of the prominent things they can do is to ensure they instill in them the fear of God and to educate them, because education brings about liberation. And the more educated you are, the better your opportunity of becoming the future leaders of tomorrow.
Charity begins at home. First, they must have the fear of God. Once you have the fear of God, you can rule the world. It takes the person who has the fear of God to rule the world. Even in the midst of bad people, a child of God will stand out to prove himself that he belongs to the other side and not to the world.
Women are supposed to be role models. They are supposed to be close to their children, especially their female children, their girl child, so that they teach them about sex education and how to mingle with their peers, so that they will know how to integrate themselves in the society at large.
You give them adequate education, good home training, and you monitor them very well. A lot of things happens in Nigeria when a child is not being given the right training, home training, education and everything, and you monitor them very well.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is the Voice of Eve. We've been discussing the subject of preparing our young women for leadership, that is focusing the next generation female leaders. And some critical issues have come up. And we have the girls here themselves to tackle them. It's my pleasure to have this beautiful young woman, Tosa.
Yes, ma'am.
Environmentalist.
Yes, ma'am.
You actually a specialist.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome to this program today.
Thank you.
And I have barrister at law, Flora Ngo-Martins, another beautiful young woman. You've been challenged by the special guest. The special guest talked about self-responsibility, Toso. Do you believe that in this whole thing about preparing young females for leadership, you have self-responsibility? Please tell us.
Yes, I do believe that as a young woman, it is my responsibility to develop myself. And why do I say so? First and foremost, as young women, we must understand who we are. We must secondly understand where we are going to. And thirdly, understand what it would take to get there. We have to learn the requisite skills that will take us to where we're going to. Because just like the guest speaker pointed out, we need to be creative. We are in a world where we need to exercise our creativity to the optimum. What do I mean? In order for the men to take note of us, or in order for the society to take note of us, we have to have something that is worthy of renown. Something that they will look at and not be able to turn their eyes away from. In order for each young woman to do that, you have to develop yourself. You have to take the pain now in order to gain tomorrow.
Thank you. Wonderful exposition. Laura, are you hearing her? Are we saying that there are some lapses in some of the samples of leadership we've seen today that necessitate some inputs, critical inputs in your upbringing?
Yes.
What are they?
Yes. For instance, people do not know how to persevere in failure. Most women cannot persevere in failure. To be a strong leader, to be a prominent leader, a renowned leader, you must know how to persevere in failure. When you persevere in failure and know how to deal in difficult times with losses that you've encountered, it makes you a better leader, because leaders are meant to deal with successes and also failures. So if you don't know how to deal with failure in your growing up, in your childhood, then you have problems when you become a leader.
So wonderful. Tosa, yes, tell me, do you think girls give up too easily?
Oh, yes.
So why do we give up so easily? Because this is it's a hard knock on us. Perseverance and determination. Tell us.
Well, I'm a bit biased when it comes to that. I don't really think that girls give up too easily. What I think is that they find the easy way out.
They find the easy way
yes,
out. And that is the line of least resistance.
Least resistance.
Yes.
The average girl doesn't want to stress herself with the task of excellence. They'll just go around it. I mean, we're told that just find a man to marry you, and then that takes care of everything. So we don't go through the arduous task of reading in school. They will rather go the other way to get good grades. So you don't go through the arduous task of trying to develop yourself, trying to come out with something to say. Better still, just speak to one of the bosses, speak to one of the directors, and then you get your way. So I think, particularly with women, they have learned to find the path of least resistance.
Yes.
But what I see coming up, even with my friends around me, is this the women are tired of having to depend on another person. So that dependence on ourselves gives us the fortitude to bear whatever comes our way. I know the saying goes, hell hath no fury as a woman's gone. Women are truly powerful. In fact, any individual who's committed
yes,
to a certain goal
yes,
will stop at nothing to get that goal accomplished. And that is the kind of women that we see growing today. The kind of woman who says, no, I don't have to wait for a man to take me out. I want to be able to earn my keep, so that I can take myself out, so I can give myself the good things of life. So the women that are coming up now, are willing to face anything.
Very good. Flora, do you believe that women are powerful?
Warren Buffett said, harnessing the talents of women is a key to building a strong economy. So in any economy, in any nation, if you do not harness the talents of women around you, that economy is not going to be strong. That nation is not going to be strong. That family is not going to be strong. Women are the most powerful beings on this earth. And men and the world needs to harness the talents of women to take the world to the place it ought to be.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So, actually, we are motivating ourselves, and the world should be motivated along with us, that it is necessary for women to be harnessed, the yes, power, their assets to be harnessed. What do you think, Tuso, is the best thing girls are doing today to prepare for leadership tomorrow?
All right. One of the best things that girls are doing today is they're looking for other women.
They are looking
out for
other women. Thank you.
Both ways. They are looking for older women who have achieved.
Yes.
So that to be mentors and role models. And they are equally looking for other women that they can bring up. So what you see out there now is everyone encouraging the other woman that, look, we can do this on our own.
We can do it.
Yes. We can
yes, we've got the power.
Yes, we can become today the woman we want to be tomorrow. It starts by changing our choices.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, it's women bringing up women.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you all. It's been wonderful. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Self-responsibility and self-help. Yes. God bless you. Well, viewers, you have had it all. It is absolutely necessary to pay attention to raising the next generation female leaders. With all of our attention, protection, education, love, all hands on deck, and women themselves, young women themselves, you do have self-responsibility to know what you want, to be able to say, I can do it, and you can. Thank you all for watching. I am Dr. Violet Arene.